Folks, imagine this. It's trade deadline eve in the NFL, and Jerry Jones, the wheeler-dealer extraordinaire who's turned the Dallas Cowboys into a perpetual soap opera on the gridiron, steps up to a serious XM mic and drops a bombshell. "We've made one," he says with that trademark twinkle in his eye, "and we might just make two more."
But hold on, because if there's one thing Jerry Jones knows how to do, it's swing for the fences. Today, we're diving deep into the Dallas Cowboys' latest chess moves at the trade deadline, and why one free agent cornerback could be the missing piece to turn this defense from leaky ship to shutdown fortress. Buckle up, folks. This is your Cowboys report, and trust me, it's gonna be a ride. Let's start with the fireworks from Tuesday's deadline, because Jerry Jones didn't just dip his toe in the water, he cannonballed right in. The Cowboys, sitting at 3-5-1 after a roller coaster start, wins snatched from the jaws of defeat against the Giants in that mud-soaked thriller, heartbreaks like that overtime gut punch to the Eagles, went all in to patch up their biggest headache, the run defense. First off, they pried loose Quinnen Williams, that disruptive force of nature from the New York Jets. All-Pro defensive tackle, 6 feet 3 inches, 300 pounds of pure chaos. Williams has been a one-man wrecking crew, racking up 25 sacks over his career and turning backfields into his personal playground. Imagine him lining up next to Osa Odigizua and Motzi Smith. That's not just a front four, that's a front wall. And then, in a move that flew a bit under the radar but could pay dividends for years, Dallas snagged linebacker Logan Wilson from the Cincinnati Bengals. Wilson, a tackling machine with 400-plus stops since 2020, brings that sideline-to-sideline speed the Cowboys have craved since Leighton Vander Esch hung up his cleats. Jerry's proving once again why he's the ultimate wheeler-dealer, trading picks and prospects not just for now, but for that elusive 6th Lombardi trophy. Remember, this is the man who built AT&T Stadium, the billion-dollar palace where dreams are made and broken. He's all in, and so should we be. But here's the real spark, the move that could salvage this entire 2025 campaign. The Cowboys need to pounce on free agent cornerback Asante Samuel Jr. Yeah, you heard that right. The former Charger, son of the legendary Asante Samuel Sr. who snagged 2 Super Bowl rings with the Pats and Eagles, is finally cleared to roll after nursing that nagging shoulder injury that sidelined him to just 4 games last year. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler dropped the good news. Samuel's ready, and boy, does Dallas need him. Picture this, a ball-hawking wizard with 6 interceptions and 176 tackles across 50 games, 47 starts, since Jerry's old pal Tom Telesco drafted him 47th overall in 2021 out of Florida State. That's a guy who doesn't just cover. He creates turnovers, forcing quarterbacks into those panicked, pick-six prayers. And right now, with the Cowboys surrendering the 3rd most passing yards in the league at 254.4 per game, the 2nd most total yards at 414.8, and a brutal 30.3 points allowed every Sunday, Samuel's the elixir they didn't know they needed. Let's break it down, because this isn't just about plugging holes, it's about strategy, symmetry, and straight-up swagger. Trevon Diggs, our interception king from 21 with a league record 11 picks that year, is back on injured reserve after tweaking that knee and dealing with a concussion in back-to-back weeks. It's the 2nd straight season he's missed chunks of time, and at 27, you wonder if Father Time's whispering too loud. Stepping in, Kaiir Elam, the trade acquisition from Buffalo, but let's be real, he's been torched, giving up completions on over 65% of targets this year. It's like watching a screen door in a hurricane back there. Enter Asante Samuel Jr. as the perfect bookend to DaRon Bland, the undrafted gem who's already got 3 picks and a pick-6 that had Jerry dancing in the owner's box. Bland and Samuel, that's lockdown corner synergy. Samuel's quick-twitch hips and nose for the ball pairing with Bland's length and ball skills. Add in rookie Shavon Revel Jr., that 3rd-round speedster from East Carolina who's rehabbing his ACL from last offseason. Get him on the field mid-season, and suddenly Dallas has a secondary that rivals the 90s Cowboys D that suffocated the Bills in those Super Bowl bloodbaths. Now, zoom out for a sec, because Cowboys football isn't just about the now, it's woven into the fabric of this city, this sport. Dallas, the team that Tom Landry turned into America's team, back in '79 with that star-spangled flair, 5 rings gleaming under the Texas sun. Think about the rivalries that make your blood boil, those Thanksgiving Day slugfests with the Giants, where the G-men have stolen more than their share of NFC East crowns, or the pure venom against the Eagles. Remember 22, when Philly's birds flew south after Micah Parsons sacked Jalen Hurts into next week. This year's defense? It's the worst since the 0-16 Carolina debacle echoes, allowing 30-plus points 5 times already. Compare that to 22's top 10 unit under Dan Quinn, where they held opponents to under 20 a game en route to that NFC wildcard berth. Statistically, it's night and day. Passing efficiency rating against ballooned from 85 to 112, and those explosive plays? Up 40% league-wide. But with Williams clogging lanes, projected to add 5 to 7 sacks in half a season, and Wilson stacking 50 tackles, the run game's getting stanched. Toss in Samuel, and suddenly you're talking top 15 potential, the kind that flips division games. Expert take. Fictional shout-out to our buddy Mel Kiper Jr., who texted me this morning, "Jerry's got the vision. Samuel's that disruptor who turns good defenses great. If Dallas lands him, they're sniffing playoffs by Christmas." And speaking of voices from the locker room, let's pretend I cornered Micah Parsons after practice. Our edge-rushing supernova, the Louisiana kid with 40.5 sacks through 4 seasons, already sniffing double digits again this year. "Man, Quinnen up front? That's family now," he'd say with that grin. "We're gonna eat. And if we get a vet like Samuel in the back? Shoot, that's checkmate on these NFC East clowns. Eagles think they're flying high. We'll clip those wings." Or how about head coach Brian Schottenheimer, channeling his dad Marty's old-school grit? "These moves aren't band-aids, they're blueprints. Wilson's tackling IQ fits our scheme like a glove, and yeah, we're eyeing every free agent who can ball. Cowboys Nation, stay tuned, this ain't over." Even a fan quote from AT&T's bleachers. Big text from Arlington, season ticket holder since Aikman's heyday. "Jerry's wheeling and dealing like it's 93 all over again. Sign Samuel, and I'll paint my truck silver and blue." Looking ahead, the implications. Massive. At 3-5-1, a win Sunday against the Commanders, those Sam Howell-led scrappers, puts them right back in the NFC East hunt, especially with Philly stumbling and the Giants rebuilding. Predictions. With these tweaks, I see 8 wins minimum, sneaking into the 7th seed. Samuel on board? 9 or 10, baby. Host a playoff game under those arches. Fireworks popping as Dak carves up wildcard hopefuls. Long term, Williams mentors the D-line, Wilson grooms the LBs for 26. It's Jones thinking dynasty, not desperation. And don't sleep on the pop culture tie-in. This feels like that Jerry Maguire moment. Show me the talent, show me the ring. Or heck, link it to Taylor Swift's latest Cowboys nod in her tour, because even the Eras tour knows Blue Star magic when it sees it. So, Cowboys faithful, from the dusty fields of West Texas to the skyscrapers of Big D, this is your call to arms. Tune in this weekend, crank up the volume, and roar like it's Super Bowl Sunday. Follow us here for every snap, every scheme, every story that keeps the star burning bright. Because in Dallas, we don't rebuild, we reload. This is your Cowboys Report. I'm Michelle, signing off. How about them Cowboys?